Divine Bourrage took off her sneakers and switched into a more comfortable pair of slides. It had been a long 4 days at a milestone event for women's basketball. Bourrage, who is one of the top 50 players in the high school class of 2025, was among hundreds of players and others at the NCAA's first college basketball academy for female players, held over the weekend in Memphis. And she took full advantage. It wasn't just about the high-level basketball she got to play in, but also the information from sessions provided by the NCAA on recruiting, endorsement compensation, the transfer portal, and other topics that will help as her recruiting journey heats up. It's going to help me focus on when I look into the colleges, said Bourrage, whose team All Iowa Attack won the tournament in both age divisions. Ask more questions because I usually don't. I'm not an ask the question person. They showed us a whole bunch of questions. I took a picture because I need to learn to ask questions about that. People are also reading. Miles Farmer has been suspended from Nebraska football, and other roster notes chattel. Matt Rule's introduction to Big Ten football was an emphatic success. Camp Chutter, sights and sounds from Nebraska football's first fall practice after DUI citation. Bob Wager resigns as Nebraska football tight ends coach. The event, sponsored by the NCAA in conjunction with USA Basketball, was the first of its kind for girls basketball and stemmed from a blistering 2021 report on a lack of equity. The NCAA ran an academy for boys basketball in 2019 and held it again this year in Memphis last month right before the girls won. This was a direct result from one of the recommendations of the report, said Lynn Holzman, NCAA Vice President for Women's Basketball. Invest in women's basketball to help provide educational opportunities and exposure opportunities at an equitable level. We have been able to provide a mirror image and model for both men and women. The NCAA footed the $4 million bill for the 4-day event, paying for travel, lodging and food for the nearly 1,000 players and chaperones. It was a welcome assist for families and teams that routinely spend thousands to play in tournaments. The College Basketball Academy for Women has been a groundbreaking event, said North Carolina coach Courtney Bangart, who is also the president of the Women's Basketball Coaches Association. I believe this is the first time the NCAA has created something of this magnitude in the recruiting space for women's basketball. Bangart was among the roughly 320 college coaches from 162 schools who were there. It was easy to pick out where the top players were competing by looking for the colorful shirts worn by the coaches courtside that included South Carolina's Dawn Staley, Louisville's Jeff Walz, and Kim Mulkey of defending champion LSU. Female Basketball Academy.